Larry Boyd's torque converters come in today from PTC, and I get to open it. I'd let Larry open it, but he's just not here. So let's see what we got. He's been doing really good lately. I can't remember what he said. The car's running, I don't know, 4, mid to low 4s. I can't remember what he said. 420 sounds like, I don't know. Anyways, he's driving through the converter. So I got him this baby. And I would think stickers, lifetime warranty. Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that! Will you look at that? Isn't that glorious? It's indescribably beautiful. It reminds me of the 4th of July.
Oh my goodness. Look at this man doggy. Sorry, my bench is a mess. I'm doing 25 things at once. Damn. That's an no effing around torque converter right there. Huh? Six bolts for the flex plate. A little bit more than your just average street converter, that's for sure. Alright, well, there's the PTC. Both together, 10-inch. These things are about $2,600. So, I hope Larry does really good with this. He should. I like helping him out with the car. Even though it's got a glide. I've still been with Larry for a long time, so Merry Christmas.
Oh, you should see what it looks like from out here.
Well, I took the liberty of opening your converter.
How did it look?
I was expecting the polish to be a little bit more polished.
Yeah, it's PTC.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Do you
PTC.
look at some of these converters
Yeah.
and, you know, you're like, holy shit.
It's PTC. Like a Neil Chance converter is a little bit more, but this is all like this really badass billet.
Yeah.
That's super
The
light
finish
and everything. Yeah.
is mirror.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Plus, theirs doesn't have 2 sets of bolts on there. I wonder why that is.
Well, see how those screws are on there by the converter bolt holes that go to the flex plate?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that's a steel insert so the aluminum doesn't strip out.
Oh yeah, look at
See
that.
that?
Oh, yeah.
I kind of thought that was kind of trick.
Yeah, that's kind
So
of
the
different.
threads are steel
Yeah.
and not,
Oh, would you look at that? Well, that's really cool, huh?
yeah. They're steel and not aluminum.
Jeff's is fucking probably 10 pounds lighter than this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his Neil Chance is probably 10 pounds lighter. I bet it's 10 pounds lighter.
How much are the Neil Chance converters?
His
about?
was 3,500 or something
that was
like that.
25 retail.
Yeah.
25,
I think
26.
he said it was like $3,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would think that still might be a little bit lighter than what you got in the car now.
Yeah, maybe. Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'll weigh it. We'll find out.
Yeah.
I like that it's got pins on it. These pins right here. So you're sure you put it back where it came. I imagine that's balanced, huh?
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is new to me. I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, I mean, all converters from them are pre-balanced.
Yeah.
You know?
This is amazing, dude. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
Well,
this is super cool.
Don't sweat
of
it.
you. I mean, it is crazy cool of you. This thing.
Luckily, we've been having a good year, Larry.
Yeah. Yeah, this is amazing. I'm so. I mean, I'm fucking like super excited. We're
Well-
going to that Mopar race in London, Kentucky.
Oh, I've heard of
The
that.
5th and 6th.
Yeah.
They got some kind of fucking heads up.
KOS thing or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going that fast.
Yeah.
We'll find out. And I mean, I'm hoping this
what
is
is your car
210s,
going now? 450?
456.
And that should get you 420-ish, hopefully.
I'm hoping 430s.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if it went 430, the only thing I'm really worried about is just putting it in there now. You know, but I mean, what do? You know, you got to put it in there to find out.
You mean at the end of the season kind of
like
a thing?
right now, like I'm going home to put it in at Jeff's house today.
Okay.
Tomorrow. I got it's Thursday's my
Is there a lot of
grandson.
racing left?
No,
No.
no. But what are you gonna do, right? What if it's the key? You know, I mean, if it's not the key, then you take it out and put the old one back in there till next year, and we change the stator and do all the stuff that you have to do to make it work perfect with the.
Well,
thing.
I would hope you would be able to change that.
No, you
No?
just pull this apart, and then the only thing that you're changing is the stator, from what I understand.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess the outside part of it is what it is, and then when you change the stator to change whatever you're changing, and that's just how I understand it from
and
talking
they
with
leave the
Lane.
impeller and the turbine alone.
Yep. That's
It's
what
all
how
in
I-
the stator.
It's all in the stator.
Wow.
That's what, according to Lane, that's what Lane says.
Mhm.
So we'll see.
Hmm.
Yep, we'll see. I don't know.
No, I hope it works.
I think it'll work.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna work for sure. There's no doubt about it. The best part is if like somebody burns you down or whatever, you know, you don't have to, you know, you burn the shit out of that fluid. You got to get it out of the torque converter, and there's only one way to get it really out of the torque converter, and that's to send it back and have them, you know, get it out. Well, this way here, you just take it apart. If something's damaged, you'll see it. He's like, it is so easy to see. It's like a sore thumb sticking out.
Yeah, right, it is.
You know?
Yeah.
And he says, you'll see it if it's bad, but even if it's not bad, you don't have to send it to us, so we can cut it, clean it, get all that shit out of there. If there's any varnish or anything.
Go to the solvent tank,
yeah.
clean it out.
You just clean it out and put it right back together. He said,
Okay.
there's really nothing to it. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's great, but
Now, I would imagine that stator's got to have some kind of a number on it to ID
yeah,
the
absolutely,
pitch.
Yep. And he said,
So he could be like, oh, use this pitch stator and
Yep.
send you just the stator.
all I have to do is call him and tell him what it's doing compared to what it was doing before. And if it needs to be tighter, or if the stall needs to change, or whatever needs to change, then he can go off of that and we can get right.
I gotcha.
He says there's literally only like 2 up and 1 down that it can be.
Oh, so
He
it's
says, that's not
right
he says,
there.
there's like this gigantic window. He says, I mean, we know what you had in there before, and you're saying that's too loose, so we're not sending you what you had before.
Right.
So he says, basically, what I'm gonna send you is you can put 1 down and it'll be exactly what you had before, or 2 up and it'll change.
I see.
He says, I got you right in the middle. It shouldn't. He says, you should be super close. He said, it should be crazy close. For what you had to this, it should be really close. That's why we're putting it in. I'm not dicking with it. I'm putting it in.
Right.
You know, I don't care where I think I'm just going to put it in. And I had to send the shocks back because the one adjuster was kind of weird, and the valving, I mean, it's like working overtime with the shock sensors that are on there. So he's going to go through the valving and change a little bit of the valving in the front shocks, and then send those back to me by Tuesday. And then I think we're headed up to Byron. They got like some drag radio event at Byron.
How did it feel when you cracked off a 450?
It felt really fast.
I mean, you
It felt
knew,
really
right?
fast. Yeah, you know.
You know.
Yeah, there's no, you definitely know.
You didn't have to look at the ticket. You were on a
I
pass.
knew. It went 113.60.
Wow.
That thing was fucking, the fastest it ever made, even with nitrous, and me on a great track was like 119 or 117.
Yeah.
So it was considerably better.
That's awesome.
The seat's a little different because with that seat in there, it's not like the old seat where when you sat in it, you know, you had this like feeling of speed because it was like you were sitting on this table when you took off. You know, I mean, there was no cushion. There was no anything. Well, the new seat and the fact that those things are on both sides of you. I mean, literally, all
kind
your
of
perception,
blurs your vision a little bit.
your
don't
whole
it?
perception of speed is right in the shitter.
Right.
The only thing you got is in front of you, and the sensation. You know, that's it. You don't. There's no visual stimulus
That's weird.
of how you are on the side. I can't see anything on the left or right of me at all. I mean, when I say anything, I mean nothing.
Is that for safety?
Yeah. So if I crash, they say the number one thing that happens to people, especially with that halo cage in there that I have now, is your head will go like this and bounce off either side of the cage, and you'll either give yourself a really bad concussion through the helmet, or fucking hurt your neck or whatever. Well, with that helmet on, I could slide my hands up from in between my helmet and those things that go on the side from the seat, but that's it. So no matter what, that's as far as it's going to move, is the width of my hand.
And the Hodge device is to keep your head from going forward.
Correct.
That's it.
That's it.
That's for a head crash.
Like if you run into the fucking back of someone or the whatever,
I gotcha.
it just keeps your head from going forward.
All right.
And mine's nothing like that. Mine just goes. It just sits on your shoulders, and then the seat belts go over top of it. It's not one of those ones with the belt thing all the way around you.
Yeah.
So when you push it down, it just sits on you like this, and then the seat belts.
And the minute you take the belts off, the
you
Hodge
can
is
climb
off.
in and out of the fucking car with it on if you wanted to.
Oh.
Yeah. It's fastened to the helmet.
Oh, I see.
There's clips on the helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get in, it's already on your shoulders.
Yeah. It's already sitting there. Yep. They want you to climb in with the helmet on there, but I don't know how the fuck I'd ever do that. I could barely get in the car now. Only thing worse is getting out of the car. Yeah. That's a real bitch getting in and out of the car.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Look at that, huh?
They're giving that car away.
Really?
Yeah. The Chevette or that Nova too.
Holy shit, huh?